Episcopal, but to introduce the senior speaker today. The senior speaker is chosen annually by their classmates, and a potential speaker must not only prepare an idea of what they might say well in advance, but also have to deliver a preview to their classmates and a select group of a faculty panel. The senior speaker sees, well, God, I'm not doing it. My speech is over. The senior speaker this year is a warm, smart, vivacious, and caring young woman. I've had the distinct pleasure to coach her in golf and serve with her on the chapel advisory board. I'm so proud of her and can't wait to hear what she has to say to us. Please welcome to the stage Claudia Whittlesey.
We have grown up in a golden age of storytelling, a new kind of storytelling. From the rise of Netflix to reality TV, we are surrounded by iconic movies, TV shows, and books that have become a part of how we live and how we interact. Hopefully you know that familiar feeling you get when you finish an amazing book, TV show, or final movie in a series. It is a feeling I find hard to describe, because you feel sad it's over, but you also feel different. You've invested yourself in this story for a significant period of time, and as the storyline developed, your story and your life developed alongside it. So when the story comes to an end, sometimes it feels like some part of your life is ended too. You can never go back to the beginning. You can rewatch the series, and trust me, we all do, but it just won't be the same. Because you will not be the same. In 2006, when we were all about 5 or 6 years old and Disney Channel was at the peak of their production of Disney Channel original movies, High School Musical came out. We watched Troy and Gabriella struggle with balancing their passions of basketball and science with their secret mutual love of singing, a classic plotline. They made mistakes and they learned good lessons because, well, it's Disney Channel. And alongside Troy and Gabriella, we were learning how to make the right decisions by sharing with each other on the playground, not throwing fits, and learning new things like how to swim, do ballet, or pitch a baseball. Then, when we started reading Harry Potter in elementary school, we got so invested in the plot of a young, sad boy growing up into a hero that would save the wizarding world. As we watched Harry grow up and become more and more confident in himself as a person and as a heroic wizard, we were learning to become confident and figure out how to handle growing friendships, focus in class, and find things we really care about. We progressed to watch the characters in The Office deal with the very awkward and hard moments in the workplace, very similar to the awkward and hard moments we definitely faced every day in middle school. These stories, they were a way for us to escape and get lost in fantasy worlds. But they also became a real part of that time in our lives. And for those in the room who are a little older than us and don't know these shows like we do, think Brady Bunch, Cheers, or Love Boat. Or, to go back a little further, think I Love Lucy, MASH, or Leave It to Beaver. My grandparents helped me with those. The reason we kept watching or reading through the years and waiting for the next movie or season to come out is because these characters and their stories were not perfect. If we wanted perfect, we would still be watching Blue's Clues, Barney, and Dora the Explorer. We wouldn't want to watch them if everybody always won and the characters never made mistakes. They would never change or have anything to overcome. Think of all the shows, movies, and books our generation has enjoyed through the years. They were good because they kept us on the edge of our seats, rooting for the characters through the ups and the downs. We wouldn't get to watch these characters learn how to care so deeply, or be empathetic, or be passionate about things they want to change. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be exhilarating and heartbreaking and hard at times. Because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be so awesome in the end. After we walk off this stage today, we will never return to St. Andrews as high school students. Wow. This season in the series of our lives has come to an end. There are no more required meetings with advisors, no more community service hours to record, and no more papers left to turn in. And although we will leave St. Andrews behind, the cheesy truth is that St. Andrews will never leave us. It is a chapter or a season in our lives that will always be a part of our storyline, and it will connect the plot into the next season of our story. And when I say St. Andrews, I do not mean the campus or the administration or the mission statement. St. Andrews is us. It is what we have built and changed and done throughout our time here. This is a chapter that has impacted and shaped our lives as we know it. And we can choose what we want that to mean. We get to decide what we leave behind and what we carry with us. This is the biggest ending most of us have ever faced, and we have the ability to determine how we want to remember it. That is such a powerful decision to get to make. This is your school. This is our school. This is where we experienced our teenage years, our version of High School Musical, Drake and Josh, That 70s Show, Glee, Friday Night Lights. And here's what I hope you realize. No one can define this experience for us but ourselves. No one can tell us how to leave it, what to take from it, or what to leave behind. We have a choice about the lens through which we look at our lives. Our glass is either half empty or it is half full. It was either a good stop or it was a waste of time. So how do we want to remember this time? In class, on the fields, in the art gallery, on the court, in the DFAC, in the music room, in the locker room, in our advisories, in the chapel, on the green. We met and we grew. We celebrated and mourned. We succeeded and we failed. And here's the coolest part. The hard and sad times made us realize who we are and what we care about. We discovered what is worth fighting for, and alongside the victories, we learned what defeat feels like. Here we have faced people and events that have hurt us, challenged us, and taken things from us. There have been times that have made us feel so defeated. But these times led us to find and recognize people who listened and made our voices feel heard, people who built us up, and people who loved us with everything they had. They pushed us to grow confident in ourselves and our beliefs, and taught us that there will always be hard times thrown in our way, but we need to remember to love ourselves and appreciate those who lift us up. This is how we become better people. This is how we grow. I hope we carry that lesson with us. I hope you choose to remember this chapter by the meaningful conversations we had, by the best friends we made, by the teachers we loved, the wins on the field, the moments on the stage, the art we created, and the class discussions that changed our perspectives. I hope we carry with us the drive and the determination of our grade. It is unlike any other community I have ever seen or been a part of. We have learned together how to stand up for things and people, how to accept our mistakes, and how it feels to fight to make yourself heard. It seems strange and perfectly fitting that Avengers Endgame and the final season of Game of Thrones came out at the end of our senior year. We watched these epics be built while building our own story and community. I hope we carry with us everything we've built together. As we begin to start this new season in our series, let's remember what has been important to us. It is time to say goodbye to all of the characters that have impacted our lives so strongly. Just like we will never forget Hermione Granger, we will remember Mother Whitney. Just like we will always remember Dwight Schrute, we will remember Mr. Dunn. We will remember Mr. Booth, Mrs. Latreille, Mr. Works, Mr. Zimmerman, Miss Horn, and Miss Russell, Miss Reed, Dr. Skinner, Rick Garcia, and so many more meaningful characters. From our many advisors, to our college counselors, to any and every adult on this campus who has taken the time to learn our name and know us personally, thank you. This community is us. This is where we laughed and we cried during each other's senior homilies and relished in each other's art, films, and productions. This is where we supported each other in the stands even if we didn't play sports, and where we worked tirelessly to succeed in school and pursue our dreams for the next chapter. This is where we built friendships with each other that will last and relationships with our teachers that mean something. This is where we belted out Saints of God in the chapel and became truly united as a class. We have won and we have lost. We have made good mistakes. We have been passionate about causes from the earth, the arts, sciences, athletics, technology, humanities, service, and most importantly, each other. And that is what has made St. Andrews ours during the time we were here. And now, it is time for us to go on and write new stories for ourselves. This has been a really great season, one we will always remember, so remember it well. I love you guys, and I am so honored to stand with you today. Thank you.
Speaker with only a marginal connection to the graduating class. The senior class picks one of their own, and clearly, Claudia, they did a great job today. Congratulations, that was lovely. The senior class also picks out a faculty member to speak to them, and here they've also chosen wine